Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka 2. You know I had to drop a track for my boy. Hey, where you at? Yeah, having the harassing boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting no fights on the table. Calling that boxing since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. I'm the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the people. A little Glock on my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out Mad Chad, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sandwich. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this the fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Bruce Gas here. I'm honored to have the two-time heavyweight champion of the world, Terrible Tim Witherspoon, joining me, bro. How we doing, Tim?
I love everybody. I love you, Bruce. That's the way the whole world should be.
Definitely, bro. Hey, man, I always like to put something up on my page that happened on this day. And brother, on this day in 1986, it was something that shocked me, bro. I was sitting here in my living room watching it, and I saw the heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon, taking on a guy that he had no problem with in a previous fight, a guy named James Bonecrusher Smith, and he knocked you out. He knocked your tooth out, man. Man, I want to go back to that night.
I didn't feel no pain.
Let's go back and talk about that. First of all, Daniel Berry, thank you for coming in. Easy. Salute to you, my bro. Thank you for coming by, man. Me and the champ, we're gonna chop it up right now, bro. We're gonna go back to 1986, maybe before that, man. And that was the fight right after you fought Frank Bruno in England, correct?
Yeah. You know, Don King was his goal. I just want to share everything. I just want to say that I love everybody. I'm going to talk about certain individuals. I'm always nice and love everybody. And if I did something wrong to you, I want to apologize. So we're going to talk about a promoter that was a great promoter, but on the dark side, there was a lot of negative things that he was doing. I talked to him personally when nobody was around. I know he liked me, but this is really beautiful because I'm talking about real stuff on your show, Bruce. I knew Don liked me because I did fight. If you didn't fight, he would have a problem with that. If you didn't show some heart, I noticed that about him, but the business part of working with Don King was really a negative for me and a lot of other boxers. So I just want to let everybody know is that I went through my life with certain things. I was I was with Don King. He did me wrong, but I'm going on with my life. And everybody out there, you can go on with your life if something happened to you negative. Don't let that pull you down. Don't let that stop you from dealing with your family, your kids. Don't let this. So I let it go, Bruce. I let it go. I said, look, I'll talk about Don, but I got to live my life too.
And you do, bro. I mean, you're in that gym every day, you know.
Just came
Right
about
now,
2 hour and a half ago, Bruce. I just came in.
what'd you do today, champ?
Okay, so today, I took these two kids from Bangladesh, Saad and Reds. His name is long, but we call him Reds, and his name begin with Red. I've been taking them to the gym and showing them stuff. They really progress, and they really aggressive young guys. And and I've been working with them. So I went to the gym. I trained with them, and I trained for myself. I'll be 66, Bruce. I'll be 66. So I don't know what it feels like because there's a lot of 66 people that don't feel like me. So as long as I stay, I don't know what it feels like because a lot of 65-year-old people, they feel like it's over. But I don't. I feel like I'm 30, I feel like I'm 30 or 40 because I keep exercising and I haven't eaten beef or pork for 50 years and chicken and fish for like 3 to 5 years. So I do feel different. I put aloe vera on my face when I make my smoothies. I cut the aloe vera leaf, and then on the leaf there's some gooey stuff, and you put it on your face. I found out you put it on your face, and it helps you like your skin looks a little bit smoother and younger. So that's the things that I was saying. I'm not worrying about. We're gonna talk about Don, but my life is dealing with guys like you and boxers, my family, and being happy. So we could talk about Don. We could talk
Well,
about him.
well, absolutely, man. I mean, let me shout out the people that came in here, bro, because I
Go
mean,
ahead. Go ahead.
this is an honor to me, especially on this day, because this is a very controversial day, man. I mean, this was the day that I mean, I said I never saw Tim Witherspoon get stopped. He just got knocked out in the fucking first round by
It didn't even
James
hit me.
Bonecrusher Smith. Man, let me thank everybody that came in here. First of all, bro, I don't want them to feel neglected, man. Daniel Berry, salute my brother. Iaka East, shout out to you, man. The Bud Files is in here. My brother Carlos, the drunk Irishman, is here, man. Remy, my brother. Hey, let me show you something Remy sent me, man.
Take your time, Bruce.
Remy's a cool brother. Look at this nice knife, this box cutter that he sent me, bro.
Oh my goodness, he wants you to stab somebody. Oh
That's
shit!
That's a box cutter.
Whoa, that's nice.
Isn't that beautiful? I
Yeah.
want to. My brother Remy sent me that as a gift, bro. He's just a nice guy out there, man, and something I would never buy for myself. And bro, it's like bango. Somebody fucks with me, and they're gonna get steel over here. But anyway, man, shout out to my brother Remy.
Don't hurt him, Bruce. Try to walk away from him.
I don't hurt nobody, Tim. That's for opening up my mail. That's all that thing's for, bro. 360 deep in the six. Hey, shout out my brother. And Demetrius Bright's another one out there, man. Shout out to you. Mr. Pigeon, bro. Shout out, Mr. Pigeon. And MC Flea. That's Mr. Pigeon out there. All right, man. Let's go back to that crazy relationship with Don King. You just come back from England. Now you're supposed to have a rematch with Tony Tubbs, the guy that you won the title from, correct?
Well, I smoked real quick. I smoked marijuana before that fight. I just took like it was my birthday, December 27th, and we was fighting Tubbs in early January. So everybody was partying. So we had they wasn't partying, but there was a little get together for me, and we was in training camp. So when I walked out the door, I smelled marijuana, and there was somebody that was smoking marijuana. So I went in there and I took about 10 drags, and the fight wasn't that far away, but I wasn't thinking. So, we got in the fight, and I tested positive after the fight for marijuana, and that's what got me in trouble. They sent me to a rehab. I had to pay a $25,000 fine. And people's like, what? There's a scratch in the head for weed? So yeah. So I went through that. They took my money. They was getting ready to try to take my title. And Don King's took care of everything because his main thing was he was trying to get Tyson. He's trying to get Tyson. So yeah, he's trying to get Tyson. So
they wanted to strip your title for weed. They wanted to strip your title because you got popped with weed in your urine.
Yeah.
Wow,
it cost me 25. It cost me 25, and I had to go to a rehab and go there for a month to talk about drugs.
Okay, so Tony Tubbs is getting a rematch with you at Madison Square Garden on December 12th, on this day, 1986. How come Tony Tubbs didn't show up for the fight? How did Witherspoon get it?
Well, I was training real hard for the fight Tubbs. I was training good and everything, and then a call came in and said that Tony hurt his shoulder, and so I didn't think the fight was going to go on because we was obligated to fight Tony Tubbs, and so then they called me when they told me that Tubbs hurt the shoulder. 10 days like went by, and I was like, oh God, well they're going to rematch it, and then they try to put Bonecrusher Smith in, and I said, wait a minute, my obligation is to Tony Tubbs, not nobody else. Um, I had to, the situation where it was, and I had to fight Tubbs because, I tested positive. So it's Tubbs. So Tubbs, I had called him since then. When they did that all to me, they crucified me. I had to go to rehab, and the people in the rehab was like, for smoking weed. He said, it was like, I'm a heroin dealer. I'm a heroin addict. What the hell you weed? They was like, I'm serious. They was like, weed? You in here for weed? And they loved that I came there because I was heavyweight champion of the world. But I was like, I can't believe this. So it was $25,000, and I had to give Tubbs a rematch. Tubbs came up with a shoulder injury, and I thought that was kind of skeptical. I was like, whoa, Tubbs coming with, Later on, I asked him. He said, I think he said that his shoulder was hurt, but they pulled Bonecrusher in, who I really beat 11 out of 12 rounds, maybe 12 out of 12 prior to that. And I wasn't scared of Bonecrusher, but I knew I had to be ready for a big puncher and strong boxer like Bonecrusher. But I took off. The fight wasn't going to go off. I'm training to fight Tony Tubbs. He comes up with the shoulder injury, and then I'm like, okay, I stopped training. And then they call me back, say, hey, you fighting Bonecrusher. And I was confused. So then Don was doing a lot of other things too, and I just got fed up with it. There's a lot of things that happened before this, before me fighting Tony Tubbs and Bonecrusher that I was really upset about. And it really was it wasn't on the right, you know what I mean? It wasn't really, I liked Don, but I was like, we was upset about, the things that were going on. So
you didn't feel very protected with Don King, did you?
No.
I mean, you were just a piece of meat. He's waiting for Mike.
He liked me because I'll fight anybody. That's what I noticed about. If you don't fight, he will cuss you out in front. I don't care who you with. He'll call you. I'm gonna tell you. That's what Don will. He will let you know. You better go out there and fight. That's one thing I know about Don. He liked me because I went out there and I fought. I didn't back off. If any fight he had, I was ready for it, and that's why he liked me. But and the situation we in, I got to say things, negative things that happen. But in real life, when you're not in front of the television and stuff, I know that Don liked me and I liked him. But I just didn't like the things that happened to me, business-wise. When people watch and read what happened in the newspapers, it makes me look bad. But deep down, I know Don did like me. He did like me, so.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah, real quick, I went out there for it. I heard him get mad at some boxers that didn't fight. He got mad at them. He cussed them out after the fight because they didn't show no heart.
He got mad at Roberto Duran. Didn't he get mad at Roberto Duran when Roberto Duran lost those 2 fights to Benitez and to Kirkland Lang? I heard he went crazy with Duran.
Well, I know Roberto, and I don't think he's gonna give a shit. Excuse my language. Give a damn.
You can say whatever you want on here, champ.
I was with Bruce. I was in the presence with Roberto several times. He loved me. I love him, and I don't think he'll give a damn with anybody. Don, anybody. I'm telling you. So what was you saying that Don did with Roberto?
Oh, well, in Roberto Duran, when he lost to Benitez, Don was really pissed. But then when he lost afterwards, he lost to Kirkland Lang, and that was the upset of the year. And that's when he left Don King. Don King fired him. Don King ripped the contract up. And let me shout out who came in here too.
He's going to fire a boxer.
What again? What's that again?
Don going to fire Roberto Duran.
Well, this is what I read. And let me show
fire him. He can't fire him, but he can like end the relationship. But he can't fire a boss because
Okay.
right?
I guess, bro. I don't know how it works back there. You know way better than I do. Let me shout Andrew Charles out who's in here. My brother, Mr. Gumbo, Hot Grease, man. Thank you for coming by. My brother Laurent's out here, man. That one guy, Bones. Tim knows that one guy, Bones.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
another thing I heard about that fight with Bonecrusher Smith. I heard that he signed with Carl King a couple of days before the fight, who was also.
He didn't sign with Carl. He signed with Don. Carl is just he's just there. He's just there. But and I do notice a couple of times because I was cool with Carl after the fights. Like after we spar, sometimes we go to the pub down the street from the training camp in Orwell, Ohio. Is a beautiful camp. Everything in there. And we would sometimes you'd come by and we go there and just talk. And he would say to me, man, I want to try to get my dad to do the right thing. I swear, this was called. Now, recently they had a little fight or something. They wasn't together. I heard about a year ago that Don and him wasn't speaking. But when I was in training camp, Carl King did say, man, I'm going to see if I can get my dad to do something better. He did do that. He did do that, Carl. We used to go, me, Blood Green. We never went ventured out with Dynamite Dopes because Dynamite Dope was their baby. He was their. They made sure he was okay. He was from Ohio. Carl King, and then was cool. Don, it was cool. He's from Ohio. So Dopes didn't have to worry about a lot of things, but everybody else did, and everybody knew it. They knew Dopes coming. He could do whatever he want, and everything in the training camps. And this is the first time I'm really talking about this like that on the screen. So that is really cool,
Hey, bro, you're my brother, man. It's almost like I'm sitting in your living room talking to you, man. I got the Toka 2 over here. We got a few eyeballs watching us out there, bro. And I appreciate you cats coming in here, man. I see Andre Southgate's in here, man. My brother, Marky Don. Salute, Marky Don. Marky Don says, what does he say up there? He says, oh my God, I can't believe you have connections to all these old greats. Hey, I look at it this way. I got connections to them, but they got connections to the gas man over here. And we keep it real, bro. We got the legendary 2-time heavyweight champ of the world here. And Tim, we're gonna go back to that fight now. Now Bonecrusher Smith, all of a sudden he's elevated. His price went from something like $30,000 to $300,000, just like that. Can I ask you? Mind if I ask you how much you made for that defense?
With Bonecrusher?
Yeah.
I don't remember, which was a lot of money because Don King main interest was trying to get Tyson at that time. So all the heavyweights that was with me, around me, Blood Green, you name them, we really were opponents for Tyson. That's what Don King thought at that time. So I was an opponent, so he didn't care who lost or won. He was trying to get Tyson, and so that's what caused all these things. Tyson was a young boxer coming up, knocking guys out. He's the man to beat and all that. So a lot of us were just opponents, and Don King was trying to business wise try to get in touch with. Well, not get in touch, but him and Tyson. He was trying to get Tyson to come with him, and we were just waiting in line so Don King could line us up to fight him so we could have something for the televisions to see and people in the world to see that Tyson is knocking these guys out. So I was one of the guys that backed off of that because I knew it was going on. And so when it came time to fight Tubbs hurt his shoulder, and I said, I'm obligated to fight Tubbs, not Bonecrusher. They did it anyway. They pushed me. They're going to strip me. They're going to, do whatever they did.
Take you to court, everything else.
Yeah. So I said, real quick. So I said, I'm tired of this. I got ripped off before I went over in England and knocked their champion. Now I was champ. Frank Bruno in Wembley Stadium, 65,000 people in the stadium, and I win, and I only go home with 90,000, and he went home with $1.5 million after I knocked him out. So So I was in a war before that fight. With I was in a war before that. So let's just put the icing on the cake. So when I was in when I was in we was in America and I was training for the fight, Tubbs, I had lawyers approach me. I was talking to lawyers. We was building the team, trying to figure out how we gonna make everything work right for me, not Don and all these other guys. So I had a lawyer team. So I was training. So when Tubbs got hurt, I didn't know they was going to bring Bonecrusher in. I thought they was going to give me a rematch. So I talking to my lawyers. They getting there all this information. We trying to get ready so we can go to war to fight Don King in court. And so the thing came in. Well, you wanted to fight Bonecrusher? And I said, because after me training, and they said Tubbs was hurt, I just stopped training for a little bit. And you know the things people do when you're not training. You have fun. And I wasn't. So then they said you got to fight him. I don't care, you know what the situation is. You are going to fight, and they started pressuring me. I got lawyers, and I was like, So I said, you know what? I just want to get away from Don. This is too much. So we set the fight up, and I said, look, man. I said, look, I don't care about this. I want to go down. I'm sorry. I want to go down 3 times. I said, make sure it's a 3 knockdown rules. And we were all my team was like, okay, let's do this. So I was like, let's find out if it's a 3 knockdown rule or whatever rule it is so you can lose the fight so we can move on. So I had attorneys and stuff getting all the information together so we can go to war. This is before the Bonecrusher fight. So I already knew that and I feel bad because Bonecrusher really felt he won the fight. And I met him before, and he said, man, I knocked you out. I said, Bone, I'm telling you, we made sure it's a 3 knockdown rule. And, we just wanted to try to get Don King to start doing the right things, take care of the right
get out of that contract, bro. I mean,
yeah.
The only way out was if you lost. Am I not right? If you won, you would have to stay in the tournament.
Well, he didn't care. He didn't care if I lost. His main interest was with Tyson, and we knew it. All the heavy. This is what happened real quick, Bruce. We was in the training camp in Orwell, Ohio. Don King got that beautiful camp over there, and we was all talking. Don King came in. He drove in with somebody. And he got everybody together. We was all sitting around Don, and this is the first time I heard of Mike Tyson's name. He sat down, and he really was emphasizing on the heavyweights that was there. He was like, yo, this is young kid. His name is Mike Tyson, and he is whipping everybody butt. Y'all get in shape because we got to fight against. We're going to be fighting against him. This is what Don did. He had a little thing. He just drove in out of nowhere, and everybody was sitting around, and we was in camp, and we was talking about it. And he's telling all the heavyweights, get in shape. Don't be playing around. And so we didn't even realize. I never heard of Mike Tyson. But there were some people from New York did. I think Mitch Blood Green, he heard of him. But everybody else didn't know, who is this Mike Tyson guy? But Don King knew. So I didn't give a shit. Excuse my language, everybody. I'm sorry.
And bro, and you're the heavyweight champ of the world. And you're being treated like a stepping stone. That's fucking crazy.
But
Bruce, and don't use my language because that's exactly what I mean. That's fucking crazy.
But Bruce, I didn't start training them because I was here. I'm Tim Woods. When I got good overhand, right? I got good defense. I'm cool. I ain't got no worry. I didn't care about when he said about Mike Tyson. But then later on, a month and a half later or something, I seen him. I was like, oh, that's what Don was talking about. But then we down the line, we figured that he was trying. We found out that he was trying to get Tyson, which he eventually, I think, did. He was trying to get Tyson away from his people, and we were just pawns. And it was really bad for a lot of us heavyweight. Mitch Green fought him. He went the distance. A couple other guys that was with Don fought him. So Don got with Tyson, but at the price of getting rid of he had all the heavyweights.
Bonecrusher fought him in his very next fight. He didn't make any defenses.
That was the plan. That's why I pulled out. That the next fight was with Tyson, and mentally I wasn't ready for Tyson, and physically I wasn't because
I'll
I
tell
knew
you.
it.
I can't even imagine something like that happening today with Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. It seems like it's so much more visible now. I'm hearing about this backroom shit going on with the heavyweight champion of the world. It's ridiculous. It's like, man, you were done wrong, brother. I hate to say it, man. And I'm gonna say it.
Not only me, a lot of other fighters. But what you say about Dante Wilder and all the rest of the guys, the only thing they lack is education and boxing and teaching how to slip punches. You said, yeah, they sitting back, but what they should be concentrating on is getting some real people that can teach them real stuff. They're not.
They're all into,
I came
they're
up with.
into business.
Listen, my experience with these trainers that passed away, we got something that was precious: the education, the blocking, the slipping. I got Joe Frazier, all of them. I got that before they left, not thinking that hey, they're gonna die. Let me get there, but they passed away, and nowadays. These managements don't know who got the right knowledge and to make job easier for their fighters. And Dante Wilder, even Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. And like this fight's coming up now. Here is a guy with all this knowledge that can save you a lot of trouble.
We've spoken that before, man.
You don't know because you don't know. You're just going to get this guy. And
Yep.
that's okay. That's the way boxing is, Bruce.
Hey, you know what I want to do, champ? I want to bring that fight up. I want to bring the Bonecrusher Smith fight up, and you can just walk us through it. Tell us exactly what's going on. You mind doing that?
Care. Go ahead. Yes, I didn't care. I just wanted it over with.
Here we go, man. This is it.
I think Bonecrusher knew too. I think he knew too, Bruce. He knew that my situation, it was the way. Look at him. He looked confident. But when I fought him, he didn't. He was like he was whack. He was that something was up. He knew it. Look at me. Look at my face.
He was 16 pounds lighter than he was in his previous fight too.
Yeah, but look at my face.
Bro, look like a little boy in there, bro. Look at that.
That's my brother to the left. That's my brother Steve to the left right there. And that's with Laurie. That's with Laurie on the right. He trained Oliver McCall. He's from North Carolina. He trained Oliver McCall and everything. The guy with the hat on.
Cool, bro.
Laurie. He just passed away.
Hey, shout out to my brother Nick M's Classic Boxing channel out there. Hey, good to see you, bro. And he's shouting out to you, Tim, also.
Well, that's Slim. See that guy with the white hat on? That's the guy that taught me everything.
Slim Jim Robinson.
David, that's him. He knew. Slim knew.
The fix was in, and they all knew it.
Yeah.
And you weren't worried about the government or anybody get busting you for that? You weren't worried about getting arrested for that? Isn't that illegal? Fixing a fight?
It wasn't fixed. I decided not to fight.
Wow.
We decided because we did have a plan to sue Don King. This is what this all was about. Suing Don. Look at this. Watch me. I was acting. Look. See that? I'm just backing up. I feel bad because Bonecrusher thought he really beat me. Watch the first fight and watch the second fight. This is real. I wouldn't lie. I would just say, look, he beat me. Look at me. I'm not doing nothing. And somebody must have told him I was having a problem because he coming out not boxing or fighting. He coming out just throwing everything just to try to stop me. I hit him with that.
Look like you knocked him down with that right hand, bro.
I did, but I didn't care. No, he was off balance. He was off balance and I hit him a little bit. But somebody must have told him our situation because he kept coming. In the first fight, he stayed back a little bit. Yeah, I wasn't hurt. I just had to make it look good. You know me, Bruce. I'll be throwing more punches than this.
Oh yeah, you would have never let him swarm you like that.
Nah. Look at the first fight and look at the second fight. And I feel bad they did this to Bonecrusher. I feel bad. Look at me. I'm just holding my hands. He pushed me in the rope. I was never hurt. The best thing that happened to me in this fight, Bruce, I had a loose teeth that was hurt, and he hit it and made it, and he loosened it where I spit it out. And you can see it in one of these rounds where I spit the teeth out.
Yep, In fact, you gave it to some reporter afterwards who you told him about it, didn't you? You know.
No, I gave it to somebody to hold for me because I wanted to save it. I don't know where the teeth is at now. Okay, so the reference is counting, but I don't care.
I thought that was the third. I thought that was the third knockdown right there. That was the second knockdown. Surf
Yeah,
out playing with Witherspoon, bro.
Watch
And
it.
peace to you, bro. It's all boxing over here, man.
Remember, I had to make sure the 3 knockdown rule was in effect. So right now, I'm acting. I want to make it look good because I don't want them to take my money from me. I needed the money. Look at that. I went down. There you go.
You know, I was sitting here. I was living with a girl from England at the time, and we had just seen you knock out Frank Bruno. And in this fight, man, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes.
I gave it to him, Bruce. And then I had my lawyers waiting and everything. Look at me. Look how happy I am. Let's look at if they show my film. Look, I'm not disappointed. You'll see. And I feel bad because Bonecrusher shouldn't have to go through this because of somebody. Look at that. I got to put on that. Look at that. I'm helped. Look at my face. I don't look like I'm hurt.
Not at all, man.
I knew what the plan was.
That's insane. That's insane.
It is, Bruce. I feel bad that I had to do that. Look at this. Watch. I'm a good defensive guy. Look at this.
You didn't even get hit that time. You just went down.
Well, I just make sure the 3 knockdown rule was in effect so I could just get in there and out of there real fast. I feel bad for the fans that paid their tickets, but this is something that I had to do. Look at that little punch. I was off balance and I went down.
It would have knocked me to freaking next year, but for you it's like a little fly swat. And
Bruce, I took off for like 7 to 10 days because the fight wasn't really on. Tubbs got hurt, and they said Tubbs got hurt, so I took off. I didn't do nothing, and I did the things a man would do. When you don't have no fight or nothing, I did the thing a man would do. So I just really look at that. They hit my glove and everything. And I feel bad for Bonecrusher, you know. And I know they told that referee if it's closed, stop it. And Bonecrusher, I know for a fact that ref knew to not give me don't give me no credit. I know it.
I'm saying to my girlfriend, no way, this is not right. I'm saying, no, that's not the Tim Witherspoon I know, because bro, you were my number one back then, man. You know, I mean, I told you millions of times, and to see this, my boxing world pretty much crumbled after this fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it was business though, Bruce. Strictly, Bonecrusher, they robbed him of the championship. If everybody watched the first time I fought him, they would say, "Yeah, I believed him," because I walked through Bonecrusher 10 out of 12 rounds and won every rounds. So right there, I was just happy to get away from Don. Even though it cost something to do that. It cost something to do that.
The first fight, Tim backed up Smith for the entire 12 rounds. It's a shame Tim had the need to throw this fight. Tim would have given Mike Tyson a very tough battle. You ever think about that? If you had stayed with it and fought Mike Tyson right then and there, and you were pretty much at your prime, bro.
You know what? I was before this year fight. Things still wasn't 100%, and we really wasn't training like these other guys because the money and every finances and all the business wasn't going good. So we were training knowing that we're not getting the best deal, and that really hurts a boxer when he's trying to go to the top. So even before I fought Bonecrusher, before I fought these guys, before I fought Larry Holmes, I knew that it was a negative feeling and a negative energy attacking me, and this is going to hold me back. But if I would have had a lot of positive things and with me when I fought Larry, I would have knocked him out. I would have beat the other fights. So mentally, we were drained, and we did our best just to try to um, make it a good show. That's what I did. I just said, "Look, man, let me just go out there," and it was bad for boxing, Bruce. It was bad for boxing.
Yeah, no, it was. But the thing was, Mike Tyson kind of came around and saved boxing. You know, after that fight, Tyson came around. In fact, I think he was there in '96, wasn't he? When he won the '86, he won his first title. So boxing was revigorated. But bro, thinking about that, man, I mean, if we could step back in that time machine, it would be a beautiful thing. But I mean, dude, but look at you, 65 years old. You're gonna be 66 next week, man.
Yes.
Great thing. My birthday is only a couple of days after yours.
You serious?
Yeah, November 29th, bro.
Wait.
December 29th.
Oh, your birthday December 29th. You're a Capricorn.
Yeah.
That's where I got that nice surprise. Okay.
I'm older than you. That's the difference.
I'm the 27th.
Yeah, hey man, must be something in the water back then.
You're the 29th.
29th, man.
You're a good dude. You're a good dude.
So we'll have to get together on the 26th, right in the middle, and
Let's try to. Yeah.
I'll get in my car and drive down. I'll buy you a nice big steak dinner.
I don't eat meat.
That's right.
I haven't eaten beef or pork for 5 years. No, for 50 years.
A nice big birthday cake, anyway.
You want to read some of the stuff?
Absolutely, man. Low clarity said, reminds me of On the Waterfront. I could have been a contender. Well, Tim was more than a contender, bro. The thing was, man, if Tim knew what he did now, if he had the head on his shoulders that he does now, shit, man, he might still be heavyweight champ. He'd have more defenses than freaking Joe Louis. He'd have a longer title reign than Muhammad Ali. But the pressures from the outside, man, that's what we're hearing now. The pressures from the outside, they destroyed your career, bro.
You got to remember, Bruce, real quick, that I was working, really grooming myself to be a tight end in professional football. I was a tight end. I did really good all Philadelphia, had a scholarship to a small university. And I did, my marks wasn't good. So I was just trying to get me to go to a bigger university. So my first thing was playing professional football, but I'm an athlete and I can adjust to other different sports. And so boxing was really cool. Kenny Reese, a friend of mine, a family, we tight from my neighborhood. Kenny Reese was going to the gym, training, Buster Drayton, and they took me to this guy. And that's how I got started, sports. I kept moving forward, and this is where I wound up today.
How old were you, bro, when you started boxing?
I had to be. So I graduated high school, and I went to Lincoln University in Missouri. That was a college. I was a tight end. I got a scholarship. I got hurt, and me and my friend was there. He was all Pennsylvania. I was just all Philly, and we came home. And then I bumped into Kenny Reese and Buster Drayton at one time. They had a trainer. They was boxing, and that's how I got started. Right after I got hurt. Oh, this linebacker hit me. I caught a pass in the game, and this guy was 6'8", a linebacker, and I went and boom, I hit two cornerbacks. They couldn't hold me. I was getting ready to break loose and go down for a touchdown, and this big linebacker hit me in the back. And that ended my career in college at that time. So I was trying to get better and everything. And then I went home. Me and my friend Keith Davis, he just passed away. I was raised with him in my neighborhood in South Philadelphia with Earl the Pearl Hargrove and Buster Drayton. They're family members of mine. We from the same neighborhood. Kenny Reese and several of the boxers. So after I got hit, I went to the hospital and I knew that I couldn't get ready for the next football game. So my friend Keith Davis, who was a good tackle, and there was guys he was getting in fights all the time, and families was coming up to try to hurt us. So my mom got us tickets so we can get out of there. So that's why I left the college, because there was some people that was going to come up there. We was in Missouri, Lincoln University. We was in Missouri, and they're going to hurt us or try to, because there was some stuff happening with with these people with Keith, and so we got out of there, and that's what ended my football career. Keith passed away. Everybody, who I grew up with, about I would say 10 years ago. He was cool. Keith was really aggressive, a good football player.
That's crazy stuff. Now, you continued fighting after that for another like 15 years, right? I mean, you stayed right in the game. You fought till the early 2000s, but you never got another world title shot though, did you?
You mean after Don?
After you lost your title to Bonecrusher Smith, that's your second heavyweight title that you had.
Well, I already knew the consequences. I was willing to go ahead and take care, deal with that. That's only what that was with Don King. I knew I could get fights, but in order to deal with Don, again, if he had all the title holders, was really get a powerful team behind me and try to approach him and try to figure out how to get a title shot. So, it was kind of rough. I just went in any direction I can so I could take care of my kids, fighting here, fighting there, dealing with this promoter that I was with. I was with what's the name back there? Uh,
Jerry Cooney's promoter, wasn't it?
no, I was with
Dennis Rappaport.
yeah, I was with Dennis Rappaport. He was really good, treated me good, gave me everything I needed. I forgot to talk about him. This guy treated me good. If I needed sparring partners, they was there. If I needed money, he was give it to me. If we had security, everything. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, what's all this? Dennis Rappaport made sure I had everything. I wish I would have met him. I wish I would have met him in the early of my career, because and I still keep in touch with him. He looked, if I needed something, he didn't care. He sent it to me. And I didn't know how to act. I was like, wow, this guy's treating me real good, and I'm still friends with him now. But it wasn't like the Don King or Mark Stewart did. The first promoter gave me what I need, but he got in trouble. But Dennis, he was Jerry Cooney,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was Jerry Cooney and stuff. But Dennis knew that I would fight you. And that's what another one of the things that he liked. He knew I wouldn't back up and I would fight. So you got some more people to read?
Yes. What about your fight with Mark Wills? You struggled at first in your first fight. Can you
I
talk
wasn't
about?
worried. I wasn't worried about Mark. Go ahead, Bruce.
No. Speak on that fight.
I wasn't really worried about Mark. He was tough. When I got in the ring, he was strong. He was strong and everything. And he was supposed to be an opponent, but he was strong. And if he can, and he upset somebody before, I can't remember the name. If some of the fans on watching his show, he upset somebody that had a name. But when it came to me, I wasn't in the best shape, but I did fight him. I wasn't running for Mark Wells. He was a nice guy too.
Okay, I'll tell you another fight that I was impressed with you, and everybody said, Tim Witherspoon's all through. They're bringing him in for a breakfast for this guy, Jorge Luis Ramirez.
No, Gonzalez.
Yes, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. I'm sorry, man, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. We thought he was going to knock your head off, and you ended up knocking him out. How remember that fight? And you did. You can remember his name quick enough, bro.
Yeah, well, his attitude. He seemed to be an all right guy, but before everything went down, his attitude was when he was this, his chin was up in the air, and I said, "Whoa, I'm gonna get this guy." I know, and he was, to me, he seemed like arrogant and everything, and I said, "Oh, okay, all right." And he was talking all this stuff, but I seen him fight Reddick Bowe. I just didn't care. I just wanted to beat this guy, and I did. I knocked him out, and he was humble afterwards. He was humble. I gave him a hug. We talked, and we talked one time after that. But other than that, so I put him in his place.
Good for you, champ. And yeah, Willis went. He went 10 with Gary Mason, and he stopped your buddy Greg Page too.
Who did?
Mark Willis.
Oh, that's right, Mark Willis. Right. He was tough. He was tough. But you was talking about the other guy too.
Gonzalez. And,
yeah, Gonzalez.
And after that, one of your toughest fights, man, Merciless Ray Mercer. And man, I look at him now. I swear you guys still haven't patched it up. You know.
No, me and Ray, cool.
I'm only kidding. But Ray don't smile. Ray looks like he's even signing those autographs. He looks like he's all business.
Yeah, he is, and he goes everywhere. I don't care where it is. He will get there. He will fly there. He would do this. Sometimes I was just back home.
How was it fighting Ray Mercer? Tell us about that fight. That was a fight.
You know, usually you practice to notify your opponent's strength, which was Ray Mercer. His jab was really good, and you know, we didn't practice the block his jab. Like when I was with my trainer Slim Robinson, we knew that Larry Holmes's jab was one of his main things. So we practiced blocking his jab. We practiced blocking his jab for like a month and a half, guys with good jabs. But with wait a minute. Who was that? You was just saying?
Ray Mercer.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Well,
that's all right, hey, bro. I'm worse than you. In fact, I take a pill every day, twice a day, to try to improve my memory.
Yeah, but see, with Ray Mercer, I didn't really know too much about him. I just knew he was like in the Olympics. I knew that he was this. I knew he fought certain people, but I didn't care because Tim Witherspoon. My head wasn't like I wasn't think I was better than anybody. But so I think just get in shape and beat him. So I got in just a good enough shape, and I figured that would do it. But I didn't realize that Ray was getting in good shape. Ray was really practicing hard. He had a good jab. If I would have known his jab was that powerful and strong, I would have practiced hard blocking his jab. And I think that would have took away a lot of his momentum. But I didn't realize it, that he had a good hard jab. But everything else was just basic. But his jab was like hard. And he kept hitting me with that jab. And that caused him to really let me give me 2 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, if you come back and talk a little bit more, not a problem whatsoever, man.
I'll be right back.
All right, man. Hey, I'm fortunate. We're all fortunate. We got the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon. Anybody has any questions, man, you want to ask him, bro? Not a problem whatsoever. I figured we talked for about a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour about the fight, because he told me about taking that dive the first time that I met him, and he's never changed that story one bit. I speak to Tim all the time. I met him in person before, and I mean, just a great guy to know. And this thing I'm doing today, it was planned at about 6 o'clock. I said, I want to see if Tim wants to talk about that fight. I gave him a call. He said, yeah, no problem. It's like, man, what a good feeling it is to call up a legendary boxer like Tim Witherspoon and just ask him a question, and he comes on and does the show with me, man. So if he wants to go out for 2 minutes, he just got home from the gym, and man, I'm just a lucky individual over here.
Hey, shout out. I'm sorry. I've been taking smoothies. With turmeric, ginger, all these different type of protein powders. Like I said before to people, I haven't eaten beef or pork for 50 years, and chicken and fish maybe 5 or so, or less, maybe 3. And I feel really good. So when I take the smoothies, it does make me go urinate because I put all type of vitamins. All types of vegetables, onions, garlic, and stuff. And then there's these powders you mix in for the protein, and it's making me feel really, really good. So I had to really go this time. So
I'm gonna have to get into adding a few more things to my shake, because I make one every day. I have the protein powder. I put a yogurt in there, and and water.
Oh, you put yogurt. What else?
Just protein powder and yogurt. But I have to stop putting the turmeric in there, the ginger in there, make it a little bit more, a little healthier.
Juice, if you put strawberries, bananas, peanuts, raisins, all those type of things in it, you're gonna feel. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna.
I'll tell you, bro. If anybody's out there looking at this, you look at this man. He's freaking 66 years old next week, and he looks like he's about 36 years old, bro. Whatever he's doing it right. And if any entrepreneur wants to make some money on it, get in touch with me. I'm his manager. Terrible Tim Witherspoon, Health Nutrition Drinks. We'll have them on the shelf in 6 months, bro. And believe me, if this doesn't turn back the clock of time, you just take a look at his face. He looks just as good as he did when he was fighting Bonecrusher Smith back in 1986, man.
Hey, listen, I feel good. I was feeling really really bad in terms, not bad. Hold, let me stop. I wasn't feeling bad, but it was the beginning of maybe something that would be bad. And so I changed my diet, aloe vera, turmeric, all those different things you guys. I even put sweet potatoes. I put onions. I put garlic. And there's a whole lot of other things you add to that blender. But what you need to do is get a juicer too. If you got a juicer and a blender, you got double power. Because then with the juicer, you get celeries, beets, radishes, and anything that you can get juice out of, put it in the juicer, and then get the other stuff and add them together. You got a real bomb. And I've been feeling really good lately, guys.
There you go, bro. That's from the horse's mouth, man. He drinks them every day, and look at the guy. And he's gone to the gym, man. I got arthritis all through my body. I couldn't even think of going to the gym, bro. I look at you, and I'm like, man, you did something right. I got another question out there for you. How would you have fought Tommy Morrison? I know we were on here with his wife about a year ago, but now Tommy the Duke Morrison, and Tommy the Duke, he got knocked out by Ray Mercer, but he beat George Foreman. I mean, and they say Tommy was an incredible left hooker. They say he had a left hook knock a wall down.
Yeah, that's all what had to look out for is his left hook. He was in good shape. I met him before. He's really a tough dude. He'll fight you to the end. I met him. I was in person. I was in his presence and stuff. But I know I would get up for the occasion. If all he has is that left hook, I would practice blocking the left hook for 2 months, and the fight is over. If you can't hit me with that left hook because of practice, and that's what a lot of boxers and trainers need to emphasize on, your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. I don't know if they're doing that nowadays. So we knew he had a left hook. If I was to fight him, we knew it. We had to practice blocking his left hook, counting him back, or coming up the middle, block, coming up the middle, or block coming over top, and have a good jab, because I know that he didn't really block good jabs, but he was powerful. But I wasn't worried about Tommy Morrison during that time.
Anybody in your era that you wish you had fought that you didn't fight, like maybe Evander Holyfield, George Foreman, Larry Holmes? Larry Holmes again in a rematch. He never
did a rematch with Larry Holmes. A rematch with Larry, yeah. But all the other guys, all the other boxers.
And Steve, the difference today is if you wanted that rematch, you could be on here and you could be calling him right out every day, and he'd have to give you a rematch. The fans would demand it. That's one of the nice things about the internet, the way it is today.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
People judge you for what you are, not for having to go through somebody else.
Hey, come here,
Shania.
Shania.
My niece, Shania. Salute. Did you cook dinner already tonight?
No, I didn't cook yet. Don't worry. I just called her and tell her to get me some water. Shania.
Oh, absolute water. Yeah, man.
Don't worry.
Hey, listen, bro. We've been on there for an hour. I don't want to bend your ear anymore, man. It was awesome.
6 minutes. We got 6 minutes.
Okay. All right, bro. 6 minutes. How about later on in your career, man? It seems like they were feeding you to these young fighters: Larry Donald, Jimmy Thunder, Andrew Galata, Brian Nielsen. What was that just for the paycheck? Was your heart in those fights, or did you just go there to get paid?
At one time, I was just saying, look, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and fight, just to make money, take care of my family and everything. I did that several times. I had to get forced into doing that. But like Andy Eckland's that fight, it turned out to be easy. He was tall, 6'8", 6'9", and I got him out of there because he was real strong. But his skills, he was lacking his skills. But on the other guys that they talked about, all they had to do was be in shape, and there would have been beautiful fights. But I was thinking about fighting and business at the same time, and I'm gonna let you know if any of these boxers try to come out and act like they doing their business and boxing also, they can't do that. You need help. You need help. You just come out there. You out there fighting, thinking about some type of situation in your contract. You throwing punches. You can't do that. You need somebody you trust that's in your corner to handle that, so you can go ahead out there when that bell ring and win that fight. So I know they're saying Mayweather's doing that, but I don't think he is. You can. It's just too much distraction. It's too much distraction, Bruce.
Well, the shout out to my brother Carl out there, the boxing kangaroo from Australia. So salute, Carl.
Salute.
Hey, did you watch the fights on Saturday night? What'd you think of Devin Haney?
He was moving back. I would like to see him stand ground and power and take his guy out. So he was moving back the whole fight, fighting, and that's how he won the fight. But I would like for him to stand his ground, slip and throw punches. I saw a little bit of the fight. I only saw 3 rounds, and he did everything in 3 rounds. You're the champion. You don't have to back up. You can get control. You can let this opponent know that you are champ. This is my ground. You're not going to take it. Instead of backing up the whole rounds. Everybody was saying he backed up the whole fight. And I think
that was Regis Prograis you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do believe, and look, this is my thing. You got to stand your ground sometimes, or most of the times, and let everybody know you the champ, and you know what you're doing. You tough. But that him backing up, and he still won the fight. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. But stand your ground and knock that guy out instead of winning the fight backing up.
Well, he didn't win a round.
Whatever way you win, hey, that's success. But
he got steamrolled. He didn't win a round. I don't know if it was because of his age or just because of the skills that Devin Haney has. But man, it was a one way fight, man. We thought it was going to be a grudge match. We thought that Regis had getting in the head of Devin Haney and getting into his camp, but Devin Haney played it cool. He just boxed. He stuck. He dropped a right hand when Regis was getting too close, and he just put on a great performance. We'd like to see more power there. We'd like to see him knock him down and knock him out, but he did knock him down. He knocked him down early in the fight, and Regis just didn't have it, man. It was sad. Hey, the boxing kangaroo wants to know: did you see there was a fight on the undercard, Montana Love and Liam Paro. Liam Paro's out of Australia. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I didn't. I wish I would have watched the fight so I can let him know, because we're on your show, and I wish I would have watched it so we can give him some info. But I didn't watch the fight.
It was great to watch. I stream them. I can't afford buying these pay-per-views. I don't even have pay-per-views. I stream them all. Hey, if I was watching the Tim Witherspoon days, I was watching those on a black box, and I was getting those free pay-per-view fights through a black box. So, I mean, I'm not. That's what. But bro, I love watching you box. I love watching those fights, man. And towards the end of your career, you fought your friend Lou Severisi. We see Lou now at a lot of the events. What a nice guy, and that goes on your record as a stoppage.
Lou told me that if he knew if I was in shape, I would have knocked him out. But this would happen in that fight. When it was a flash knockdown. I wasn't hurt or anything. I was just trying to get money to pay for the bills. And that was just a fight. And Dennis Rappaport, Jerry Cooney's former promoter and manager, he was really cool. and I was abused with Don and all that, and so I didn't know how to really act with other promoters and managers. I thought everybody was trying to get over on me, but Dennis Rappaport was really in my corner, and I just had to work my way up and try to accept that. But I found out later. I still say hi to keep in touch with him. But if I would have just left that feeling alone that I had with Don King and try to move forward and trust Dennis, things would have worked out pretty good. We did really good. He got me fights. Anytime I needed something in camp, he would send it. He had security there. He sent sparring partners. If I needed money, he gave it to me. And I just didn't know how to act. I was like, and Dennis, me right now, and I'm cool with him. He was Jerry Cooney's manager. He looked out for me.
Yeah, no, we
really bad, Bruce. That some of the fights I didn't train hard. I was abused, and mentally I was like this. And I'm still good friends with Dennis. I apologized to him. He sent sparring partners. He gave me money if I needed. And when I fought, there was the bonus of 50,000. He gave the bonus to me, and then he gave me $100,000 bonus. And I was messed up in the head. I was like, no. What I'm saying is that all in the past, I was like this way and that way. And
yeah, people are taking your money from you.
I didn't really appreciate it. I was like, and I thought about it. I said, man, Dennis was giving me money. He gave me $100,000 bonus and a $50,000 bonus. And I didn't do everything right at that time, man. And I apologized to him because in his heart, he wanted to help me. And I was just abused. Yeah, I was abused and stuff. And Dennis was the man. I'm telling you. I don't know how him and Cooney, Jerry Cooney and them operated. But with me, he sent security. Anytime I needed money, he sent it. He sent sparring partners. Anything I needed it, they was there. And I look back on it and I apologize to him. I was like,
it's too bad back then that we couldn't get Dennis Rappaport and Brian Robinson, your right hand man. Brian would have been great back there because Brian would have known how to set up an event, how to get the celebrities there. I mean, hey, but Tim, we can talk about this and we can laugh about it and we can say, man, we're still in the game. We're still appreciating everything that's going on around us. And you can contribute. You can contribute so much. You're going to the gym every day. Hey, man, you never know, man. Maybe you'll catch a break and you'll get one of these guys who'll come to their senses and say, hey, this guy's not only a freaking walking encyclopedia of boxing, but he's also a trainer extraordinaire that can show me some freaking defensive moves from the old Eddie Futch, Slim Jim Robinson days. But hey, bro. Great having you on here with me, man. Once again, bro. And
yes, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Bruce is my man. That's my man. And anytime he want me to come on, I'm gonna come on. And I do have some knowledge to help everybody out. I want to thank you, Bruce. I'm gonna get ready to go cook for me and Shania and stuff. But I know what you're doing, Bruce, and I'm fully 100% behind it. And I want to thank you for having me on. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I love you.
I'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks a lot, Tim. Peace.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, I am extremely fortunate to have Terrible Tim Witherspoon as one of my friends, and I'm very fortunate to have you cats coming in here and checking out what we're doing here. And this was the anniversary on this day, December 12th, 1986. Tim Witherspoon lost the WBA heavyweight title to James Bonecrusher Smith, and it was a shock. He was stopped in the first round, and if you were here and listened to the story, you'll understand how he got stopped and what happened, bro. The fix was in, man. So shout out to Terrible Tim Witherspoon, and shout out to the chat, man. Peace.